Food shortage reports for October of 2023. Let's discuss. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a early morning coffee rant. We are drinking Dunkin' coffee this morning. If you have to get your coffee together, have coffee with us. We're going to be going over a few food shortages that you guys have mentioned in the comments. We have several different things we need to discuss this morning. One of them being sugar. Sugar seems like it is in very short supply in some states. Michigan, we had some people from Pennsylvania, one longtime viewer from Pennsylvania, one from North Carolina. So it's kind of spreading out a little bit here. I mean, we're going from north to southern parts of America here. You know, we've been talking about sugar for a while. We've seen it go way up in price. So we need to pay attention to this. Another one that is kind of surprising, but we've had people chiming in from all around the country on chicken. People have been saying there's been some serious shortages of chicken. Now, we've talked about the prices that have been skyrocketing. So as to where I haven't really seen any shortages of chicken around here, it doesn't really surprise me. And it could be something to where maybe it is going away for a minute and coming back at a higher price. That is what happened here. Ours never went away, but we saw the prices go up, namely like store brand chickens like Heritage Farm. Meyer chicken hasn't gone up, but we're not seeing the sales that we normally see this time of year on chicken. We are keeping a close eye on different holiday food items, turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, you know, the works. We're keeping an eye on all these different holiday items, and hopefully we don't start seeing shortages on them. We didn't last year, we did the year before. So take that for what you will. We have had a couple people talk about some holiday items that you haven't been able to find, different powdered sugars, baking items, spices is becoming a big one now. Now, I was at Kroger the other day. We went over this in our last video, but the spice aisle was pretty slim. Same at Walmart. These are getting bought up and they're not getting replaced. That's the problem. They're selling out of them, and then for whatever reason, they're not getting them back in. We saw at Walmart the other day, I saw one thing of Mrs. Dash, right? Just one container. That's just one different brand. We're seeing a lot of Walmart brands that are getting spread out. We're seeing like tons of onion powder, like take up a whole row, which is kind of silly. But I mean, it's, you know, at the same time, it's like, I understand that's all you have. So you're spreading it out. And there's been a lot of people who've been talking about shortages of spices lately. Now we're going to be visiting some other stores, checking out some other places where to find not only some good deals on spices, but just to find them. Guys, I don't know. I wasn't really sure how I was going to do this video this morning. We keep getting different comments on things, and then people comment on those. Another one has been canned potatoes, canned beets, canned mushrooms. I guess canned mushrooms is becoming a thing again. I guess it's disappearing. Now, as to where we haven't seen these issues here, I'm sure we probably will, because this is how this works. We see these things disappear, or we hear about them disappearing. Sometimes it'll happen here first and then spread out east, west, north, or south. Feeling like it's kind of going the opposite direction this time. We're hearing a lot of these different canned goods out west. Arizona, Nevada. One of our longtime viewers from Las Vegas was talking about canned mushrooms. A couple of viewers of ours from California were talking about shortages of canned mushrooms. And of course, you guessed it, Michigan. I've said this once, I've said this 100 times. Michigan seems like they have some of the worst shortages. We've also gotten comments, a couple different people up in Michigan on bread, shortages of bread. Now, these are things that we consistently see go up in price, so it doesn't really surprise me too much that there's some shortages. So they may be coming back soon, maybe at a higher price, or be careful if it is not a higher price. And why do I say that? Because sometimes we'll see products that come back and it's like they're the same price. Check the ingredients. Make sure there's nothing added or subtracted to what you had before. And you may have never checked on a lot of these things before. I've been checking on a lot of different things lately. I've been checking for bioengineered ingredients on soups. I can't go over a lot of these in a lot of our different videos because it would just take me all day. But I do say this. if you have any food allergies or something like this, you should probably pay attention to a lot of the biogenerated ingredients in a lot of different products. These things have been going on for a while, though, where there's maybe some confusion. The thing is that they could change. They could change. What was bioengineered 10 years ago may not be the same product that it is bioengineered today. The only difference is that they have to put the label on the can now. But now that we all willingly know this, it does, you can't unsee it. Now when you look at these products, you can't help but think, I have to look this up before I eat it anymore, right? I feel like these things are happening at such a constant rate that it's hard to keep up. And this is why I appreciate everybody on the channel here putting their thoughts into everything going on here. We have a lot of events going on that are causing these prices on groceries that have already been going up for years. Now we have different things with different conflicts all around the world. We need to watch out for ourselves. We need to prepare for any kind of situation. And these events around the world are most definitely going to cause things to go up in price. Now, as to where our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody that is involved in these events that are going around the world. It's a sad story. And again, our thoughts and prayers are with everybody involved. That I won't go into it. But the whole hospital thing, which most of us probably know what I'm talking about, it's a very sad situation. Very sad situation. I hate to say, well, all of these things, because conflicts cause things to go up. It causes gas to go up. It causes food to go up, which causes more heartache on many people around the world. These are the little things that we need to pay attention to. These are the things that I will continue to be doing, going in and out of the stores to make sure that we are checking on everything to try and help save you as much money as possible. Now, something not food related, but we have been hearing of some major price increases, and I've kind of seen some myself. We've been covering a lot of food lately. It's hard to cover many different things. Over-the-counter medicines have been going up as well. Now, mostly we've been seeing store brand over-the-counter medicines go up. We've seen everything from ibuprofen to acetaminophen to different cold medicines really start to go up in price. Now, people that are really hurting right now, from what I've gathered from most viewers, is Canada. They can't even get half of these medicines. I've gotten probably 50. I got a few emails from some of our longtime viewers of empty shelves of medicine. Now, as to where I always try to, look up and try and find things where maybe you can order online. I don't honestly know if you really can. You might be able to try and order some from the U.S. I know Canada's dealing with the issue that they dealt with the same time last year. Children's medicines, Tylenol, all this stuff. It's ridiculous. It is. So I will continue to, as we go throughout the stores, check on some of these things. But I do know that our medicines have gone up too. Some of our longtime viewers have sent me some different pictures of different things, comparing prices and stuff. And yes, I understand somebody had mentioned that, from state to state it could be different. Medicine's usually about the same everywhere. Whether you're in California, New York, or right here in Ohio, those prices are very similar. Might be a teeny bit higher or a teeny bit lower, but it's not like produce or meat or different other products that they can get away with just overcharging or price gouging. Now we look at different things like, different taxes and stuff like that, and I understand that too. And the only reason why I'm even mentioning that is because we've had some comments on these things. Causes prices to be higher. Canadian prices on medicine is absolutely ridiculous. And if it's going away and coming back at a higher price, I can only imagine what that's going to be. If it even comes back. We've even had some comments that it might not. Now, again, I don't want people to panic on that. I'm just saying that we need to kind of find other ways or other routes for people to be able to find these things, whether it be online or I don't know. I don't know. Any thoughts? Make sure you let us know down in the comments. We've had a lot of people lately talk. I've gotten a lot of emails lately on some people that can't afford to eat. I've given some different outlets. I've looked things up for some of these people and have found food pantries, different churches, different places involved. And it's usually this time of year. It's this time of year. We're getting close to the holidays, and I usually get flooded with comments from people that can barely afford to put food on the table. You'll even see in some of my descriptions that I highlight that, so that maybe some people will read that, and maybe some stores or places that see me going through these places trying to find the best prices for people might show some outlets or maybe comment themselves on some of these things to try and help. It's a lot to take in on the soul, guys. It really is. This time of year, it weighs down on me a little bit. But I do look at how we are helping, and that's all that matters. That is number one that matters to me and Jess, is that we are actually helping, and you guys are helping. We have crossed 36,400 subscribers. The way I look at it is that we have crossed 36,400 people that are willing to help by putting their information, their comments, and letting us know what goes on in this world so that we can put it up as fast as we can. Now, some things you guys know that I will not talk about on this channel, but I will hint towards some things. And the one thing that I always try to kind of have in a hidden message is, and it's not hidden, but I mean, it's like we need to prepare, guys. We need to prepare and make sure that we're stocking up on the sales as they come in. Stocking up on things that you know you're going to eat. Make sure that you maybe try to a little bit. I know everybody can't do this, but budget a little bit. Budget your money a little bit to where you're able to have a little extra, because I think we are in for some hard times. Over the last couple years since I've been covering this, I've seen nothing come down. Nothing. If the price came down in something, then the product is not worth it anymore. The product is shrinkflated or less in size. Some people don't understand shrinkflation. Kind of a newer term, probably over the last few years, because it's actually a thing. That mixed with all the crazy inflation. I don't care what they say. They say, oh, inflation, is coming down. To a point in some things. It's not coming down in the grocery stores, but it's not calculated in the grocery stores. Why? Because if it was, it would look like a living nightmare. It would make the people in charge look like they don't know what they're talking about at all. Which, it is what it is. We just have to enjoy our lives, move day to day, do the things that we love to do in the means of the ways that we can do them and the ways we can afford them, and appreciate life every day. Because with things that you see and things that are going on around the world, it is just, I don't know. It's hard for me to talk about these things as these things are going on, because it's like, well, these are the reasons why our food prices are going to go even higher. I don't want to say that, but it's true. It's 100% true. Do we know which way or how or what is going to happen next? That's why we do this every day, so that we can try to stay just a little bit ahead of the game. Even if we're just a tiny hair above the game, it might save somebody a meal or two. And it has. And that's why, I know I get a lot of complaints. People say, why do you point that out, Dan? Why are you looking at this stuff that's terrible for you? Why are you looking at these chips? Why are you looking at these microwave meals? Well, you know what? This is what all people know. And as to where, it may not be the way you live, may not be the way I live. It's the way somebody lives. It's the way that I've gotten thousands and thousands of comments on over the years. And I will continue to point these things out as they go. I got a really nasty comment the other day that I didn't appreciate. I was talking about if you follow us, we were talking about the Stofers and the lean cuisine meals being on sale. And, someone was just, I don't know whether you're a troll or whatever. I took them off the channel anyway. But the person had said, you know what, I'm not even going to say what the person had said. But it was very nasty. And I just was like, you know what, it makes me want to, it makes me want to show these things even harder, even more. And I will. I will, because you know what? Some people, and I guess people tend to forget, it doesn't matter. I know I say, well, some people can't cook because they're disabled or handicapped or these kind of things. It doesn't matter, though. It's like if you're handicapped and you can't cook, cool. If you want to just eat microwave meals, if that's what you do, this is America. Do what you do. Enjoy yourself. If this is what you like, this is why we point it out. If you do microwave meals and that's all you do, like I said, may not be what we do, may not be what a lot of other people do, but I will continue to show you the best deals because that is what we do. I mean, if that's what you like, you know, if candy bars are your thing, if you can't find Reese cups, I'm going to find the best deals on Reese cups that I can. Now's a good time of year to find them. But yeah, after that nasty remark, I was like, you know, I just don't get it. We don't judge anybody on this channel. We're going to always have people that judge us. And that's okay too. Doesn't bother me. It used to. It used to. But now, after doing this for so long, we realize that what we're doing, what all of us are doing, is helping a lot of people. You may not know it, but your simple comment. That's why we kind of say sometimes, you know, abbreviate your city and state, because some things that are going on in your city and state, the next subscriber, the next viewer, the next 100 viewers may live in your same area and know where to go. Save some gas. Gas has come down a little bit here, but it's going right back up. It may go up faster than it did. It probably will faster than it did coming down. And as much as I hate to say this, because of everything going on around the world, all these things are going to go up. It's a never-ending cycle of ways that we just have to constantly be frugal and learn how to save, learn how to prep. And let's talk about prep here for a second, because I think some people misunderstand what that really is. Whether you are prepping, or we could call it something else. I think some people have just become uncomfortable with the word prepping. I don't really understand. I don't know why. Smart shopping, buying things that are a good deal when you find them, putting them away, saving them for a later day, maybe for a disaster situation. You know, and it's not just food, you know, I mean, it's every teacher in first grade told you it's a good idea to have a flashlight. Maybe one in each room in case the power goes out. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer if you ask me. People make such a big deal of these things anymore. I've had a lot of hate mail of these kind of things. Whatever. You know, I am who I am. We talk about that on the channel here. We talk about the way people are able to do things and put things away, save, add to your stockpile. That will never change here. So I guess if that's not your thing, I'm sure some people enjoy the entertainment factor. I try to make it entertaining as we go along here. And I know this kind of branched off from our food shortage talk, but really it's what we're talking about all together here, because if these things start happening, the more and more we talk about these things and the more we get it out there and the more we prepare, then when there are shortages on these things, it won't matter, because we will have these things to go. We'll know where to get them. Mostly to the point to where I don't want to give anything away of some of the places that we're going to be going to today. Not today, but I mean in this video, because of the places we're going to be going to. We're going to show you where to find these items when they start disappearing in your main areas. Same thing that happened a couple years ago. If you've been watching the channel for a couple years, you know how frantically I was going around all over the place trying to find things for people. Nothing's really changed. I've just learned how to organize myself a little better and not lose my mind over it all and just be, I think when you do something so much, you just get used to it and you learn how to deal with everything of what you're doing. You know, when you're a smart shopper, when you're smart smart or not, you know, it's about just knowing the possibilities of things to come. You know, some people, you know, it's like what some things are shortages in some states may not be yet. Whether they get there, I hope not. I hope, it's like the whole rice thing. I haven't really seen many shortages of rice here in Cincinnati, but we've got hundreds of viewers that have sent me pictures, people making runs on rice and all this stuff. So I mean, it's there, it's happening. It's not happening in Cincinnati. So by all means, take a trip to Cincinnati and come buy up some rice. We have Jungle Gyms. Jungle Gyms International Market, they have mountains of rice. Order from them. I think you can even order online. So, some of these places and I understand that other places where they have been getting runs on rice have been the East and West Coast, some places in Texas. That's one I don't know if there's a shortage in Michigan. We'll have to find out. Any of our longtime viewers from Michigan, please let me know down below, which I'm sure you will. But, and it's not to say that it's not going to happen. And if you live in an area that is plentiful with rice, well, take advantage of this situation right now and stock up on some. Don't worry too much about what the price is, even though I haven't seen any huge increases on rice around here. I thought it was going to go through the roof. I mean, you've seen the way they were saying it on the news. You see the runs on it on different videos and stuff and things that people have sent me. I expected it to be gone. I didn't think we would get any. I know that some people are saying, well, most Americans don't eat the rice that are on the export bans and stuff. Yes, that could be true. But we have all different kinds of nationalities in America. That's what builds America. And, the not knowing is the knowing that I need to be prepared. So if rice is part of your main diet, might not be a bad idea to prepare on it. Might not be a bad idea to have some extra, right? Beans. Beans have been an issue. Dry beans, even canned beans seem like they're becoming an issue. I showed that clip at Kroger the other day where Kroger was very low on their store brand beans. I got emails from people, a couple comments, that they've been really very low on their store brand beans. No problem with Bush's. No problem with Bush's. So, at least from what I know. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to have this coffee rant of some of the food shortage reports that I've been getting in, but I also wanted to relay this message to all of our awesome fans and all of our awesome people out here that are doing the work as well. You guys are very much appreciated. I was talking to Jess earlier about such great fans that we have on the channel here. Everybody participates. Everybody is part of the adventure on here. The adventure that is out there these days is all of us working together to try and help save this humanitarian food crisis. Right? Is it a crisis? No, not yet. Are we running out of food? No, absolutely not. I think people misunderstand what I say by food shortages. I think people see food shortages in the title and they just think, well, there's no food shortages. We're talking about specific items. Items that can lead up to bigger items and things that could possibly end up to bigger items than that. Rice disappears, certain foods disappear. And we see what's going on around events around the country. Everybody said, well, no, the whole thing going on over in the other part of the world there that, the wheat and grain wasn't going to affect us. It's affected a lot of countries. It's affected a lot of people. And now it's affecting us. Just like some of us said it would. Some of these prices going through the roof. Now, you got to factor in other things too, like transportation, employee shortages. I don't know. I hate even saying that, but different things. I look up on online about a lot of different train derailments. Apparently, there was one out in Colorado yesterday. I think some people were. I don't know. I won't go into that. You can look it up, but it's just a sad situation. It's like every day you look online, there's another train derailment. Our infrastructure has fallen into the abyss. And these are the things, that, I know it sounds, talking from disaster to food, it's all about being prepared. It's all about making sure that, if there's a bad event, something happens, a storm, a family member gets sick, something happens to you, or me or something, it's good to have a little bit put to the side. Guys, I will end this coffee rant with that. Sorry if it got a little deep there, but I had a lot of stuff to say today. Cheers. Hope you were enjoying your coffee this morning. Coffee's another one going up in price. I saw, I didn't really get to talk too much about the Meyer coffee when I was talking about it going way up in price last night in last night's video, which I'll leave somewhere. I'll leave in the link down below. But their coffee, which is okay at best. They're not the, I almost said Private Selection. The Fredericks. Fredericks is like the premium Meyer brand. That coffee's still the same price. And that's good coffee. Somewhat. The Meyer brand cheaper coffee has just blown up as far as prices go. Walmart's prices are going up on coffee. So, if you find a sale on coffee, you might want to pick that up as well. In the meantime, I will be out here, boots on the ground, trying to save you as much as we can in the grocery stores. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.